Eric Kernan needed something big to put his life back on track.
I forget your pieces while I'm reading. I know you can do a lot better.
But what he found was more than he could have hoped for.
Well, there's this boxer, an ex-heavyweight contender. He's living on the streets of Denver. He's living in the trash.
Yeah?
Yeah, and you know, he kind of patrols the neighborhood. He calls himself the champ. he's a lovely guy, and it's the story. It's beautiful. It's touching. But I tell him that's about it, and he says, you know, forget about it. It's a dry hole. Go cover the Jermaine fight.
What's his name, the boxer?
Satterfield.
Bob Satterfield?
Yeah, Bob.
Wow. I'm sure my dad used to idolize that guy. I thought he was dead. No, he's dead.
That's what everybody thinks. And that's why I think that this story is such a great story. I want to call it Resurrecting the Champ.
So I first wanted to ask you, as an actor, how was it different for you this time to, you know, when you're playing a character that's based on a real story, how did it affect you in your preparation for this?
Every time I go into a role, I try to treat it like I'm playing a real person, you know? But this was better source material, I guess.
Yeah.
I got to talk to JR and got to ask about, you know, what he was going through at the time. Also, you know, this is a little bit fictionalized because JR doesn't have a kid, so our story became thematically about fathers and sons.
Although the story really happened to the character Josh Hartnett plays, my character is probably an invented character, so I didn't have to worry about. I just had to worry about trying to look like the guy who had that job, you know. And Rod Lurie was a great help because he was a journalist for many years, and he directed the movie. So we had the technical advisor not only on the set but in my face.
It's kind of great to have all the information about somebody's family like that you don't have to make it up, that it's all there, and you have sort of a roadmap for where he came from and how he got to this particular place, and you know he has a sense of pride. And in terms of him saying, you know, I ain't a bum, I'm just homeless. He's kind of, you know, I take care of myself, I just don't have a place to live. Yeah. And he has that pride of having been the champ and knowing that he had a place in history that's always going to be there, that's kind of cemented in stone, and people know, you know, this guy was somebody at one point, and he kind of revels in that.
How about I buy you lunch?
Yeah. Oh, is this many people here, Champ?
Mm-hmm.
Food hours is good?
Oh yeah, most times, but they do make a fish soup some days, but you don't want to touch that.
Aren't you afraid someone's gonna steal your cart?
No. We got this town homeless code of honor, you know? It's all right, nobody gonna bother.
You know what would be good for the story? If I could look at some of the stuff in your cart, see what you lug around every day. Then I think it'd be really interesting for the article.
All right, we can do that. As soon as you take me to your house, let me go through all your personal stuff.
A lot of times, we see those people or we pass them on the street and they're faceless and whatever, but everybody out there has a story of some sort. They didn't just, you know, pop up out of the sidewalk.
It's interesting because it really happened and it affects us all. You know, I mean, we all depend on journalism. We depend on its being accurate as possible, and facts are checked and that kind of thing.
I mean, this movie is more, I guess, about fathers and sons and integrity as a human being than it is about boxing.
Yeah.
You know, boxing is just a kind of backdrop.
Well, I hope that one day, God willing, your son does for you what you just done for me.
A writer, like a boxer, must stand alone. The truth is revealed, and there's nowhere to hide.